Greetings and salutations, travelers. Welcome back to the Inn of Planar Crossroads. And as always, welcome back to our Around the Hearth discussions. This time, we are going to be discussing we're going to mainly be discussing our Sci-Fi July chat that's kind of Mega Man themed with the characters, which we're going to probably call something like Maverick, the Mavericks, or I don't know, something. We're coming up with the titles in video, in situ, this time. So, you'll discover with us, well, you'll discover how we came up with it. You already know, because it's in the title. But, we'll get that set in there. Before we do that, we need to do Dan's introductions and announcements. So, I'll go first like usual, and then, as has been established, since Dan missed like 2 times, he's got to go next. So, we'll continue to call him out this month, and if he makes next month, we won't call him out. So.
Aw, man.
But I'm Adam L. Spain with the Inn of Planar Crossroads. That's innofplanarcrossroads.com or the iopc.com. Either one of those works. And it has all of our links to YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Subscribe to our PayPal, Locals, or Patreon. It's on there too. If you want, we're on there too if you want to check that out. And supporting at any level gets you access to the things that we're making up this time, as well as a kind of place where you can chat with us, submit ideas for like discussions and stuff would probably be good there if you want to, and so on and so forth. Also hear about the things that we're working on as well. That's what I got. What you got, Dan?
Hey everybody, Dan from Avenue Studios. You can check out all our links, except for Twitch, on avenuestudios.media, but we do live stream on YouTube and Twitch. Thursdays we do our AVS Minis campaigns, and we are currently in Eldamon using Battle Zoo Bestiary, so join us for those. And every once in a while we hop on Saturday nights, hopefully with Scratter Days for some one-shots and all kinds of systems. Check out the last one we did, Nuts in Clockworld. That was a lot of fun. And yeah, so thanks for letting me be here, guys. Tag, you're it.
I'm Skrat. I'm Skrat from Score Plays over on YouTube and on the YouTube. What do you call that when a game comes out for only one console?
Exclusive.
Exclusive. I'm a YouTube exclusive.
Ooh,
I don't get paid for it though, but
no,
taking advantage.
They ask you for money.
Yeah, it's true. Anyway, I make videos, usually TTRPG related, but I come from the writing perspective of it, so I like to focus on world building, characters, and all that stuff, and plot points, but I do get to play a lot of different TTRPGs, so I do get to review them as well, which is always fun. We've been doing live plays, both my channel and over there on Avenue Studios, so you got more than one place to go check stuff out. And me and Mr. Jacob have been working on making an Easy D6 play set. That's something we've been streaming. It's a new thing we're trying. It's been a lot of fun, so that will probably be pretty far along by the time you see this, but feel free to go check it out. They're a good listen. People have been, I'm assuming people got us in on the background, but people have been going back and watching the streams and actually commenting ideas. It's great. So,
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, give us some ideas. We'll totally take them and give you credit.
In the moment,
Yeah, we already got a couple. We got a couple monsters and places to tame after some people. So
That's
like
awesome.
the Twice Dead Swamp. That's from Twice Dead Mage. So
oh,
it's gonna be good.
cool beans.
Anyway, that's the squirrel.
Good enough to kill twice.
Whoa. That's better than the Southern saying, I guess. You ain't worth killing.
All right. Well, that is our Dan's introductions and announcements then, which means we are to our shoutout, which is Tales from the Dragon's Tavern. We are shouting them out. I think they're YouTube exclusive as well, so Scrat's and Company. There, say. This is a live play, a long play. That's the word I was looking for before. This is a long play channel where you can see the posts. They're about an hour-ish long, most of them. This last one is 4, it looks like, but that's because it's the full battle, if you want to check it out. It's using the One Ring system, the 2nd edition, and Dan suggested it because he knows who was running the channel.
Yes. Moss, the ginger. I haven't said that yet. He is, and he's awesome. He's a really great guy. You can catch him over on Moonskull as well, but he is a super hardcore Lord of the Rings fan and really knows his stuff. So I think if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, you're going to really enjoy his games. And again, he's a great guy.
Feanor did everything wrong.
There it is. Mic drop.
Yeah. I mean, not literally, but basically.
Yeah, he's a little, well, at least he saved the lights, I suppose. Not that it was his intention.
Yeah, it's like intention matters.
So, anyway, I would love to see people support him because he's a great guy and he works hard on what he is putting out for content.
Yes. And I would say intention matters because it's the difference between murder and manslaughter, so there you go.
That's very true.
All right. He's at 207 subscribers. You can check him out. He needs to be up to at least 1,000 with the quality that he's putting out on his stuff, so we'll do that. And you can check him out. And I think that's everything. So now we're done with Levi's Shoutout. We can come over here, grab our preferred beverage, and begin the councils of Kane around the hearth as we discuss. Someone put robots and randos in there, so that's not bad. We might go with that. You can let us know in the comments. Skull.
Skull.
Trying to think of one that's made a Mega Man reference. Say we got Mega City and Mission Zero.
Robots.
Breaking the theme, man.
Robots, Reploids, and randos.
Well, I had random Reploids at first, but I didn't know if we wanted to be that
on the
correct.
nose. Let's see. What do I got in here?
I mean, Mega City's pretty.
Yeah. But like Mega is a normal word, as
That's
is
true.
Zero.
So that's fair. Reploid's not.
Yeah, I was thinking random Reploids was my first one, but
I'm not opposed.
could do something with blues and rock, but the music side of it, especially since this is the character one. Rock
There
and
she
roll.
is. Lilith.
Rock and roll robots.
something.
Rock and roll robots.
Rock and roll with robots, or just rock and roll robots?
Yeah, rock and roll robots.
Yeah.
Rock and roll and robots.
Yeah. That'll
There we
work.
go. That'll do. This
That'll
is
do,
really
big.
important, everyone.
Yeah.
You don't understand. Naming
Definitely
things is
can't
the
do this
hardest
offline.
thing.
Yeah. All right.
Totally not creative people that get easily sidetracked.
Okie dokie.
I'll get it.
Something
We're
along
done.
that line.
We're done.
All right. Well, you can let us know what it ends up being in the comments. We are to the character section. We may do a few things. I think the items are all. At least one of the items is already picked, so we shouldn't be too long there. But here we need to line out some people. So I will let Skrat read about the voluptuous AI that he made up while I type in some things for Floyd.
So I don't know if that's what she actually looks like.
Right? She looks like she's a mom. Yeah. It's
Yeah. So Lilith, originally made by Dr. Eli. I think I may have mentioned it in the first one when we were kind of getting the bird's eye view. So I was working off the album. I was adhering to that. So Dr. Light was making all these construction bots, and they're basic machines. They have basic functions. Still more advanced than what we have, but the idea was they are basic. And while he was doing it, you know, he's making...
Pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin
I'm
spice?
just making a joke. Basic.
Yeah. Anyway. So, he
Don't
made all
mind
these
me.
robots. And then he made Lilith as a assistant to help him work faster and more efficient, and at the same time kind of trying to push robotics and see where they could go. So it was kind of a study project, but also something to help him. It was dual purpose. And she was helping. She was like helping program them and stuff like that, whatever she was doing out around the office, which is very similar to the OG Mega Man story. Like he kind of just made a son robot, but Mega Man was supposed to be an assistant to him to help around the shop and lab. So kind of the same story. But she is of older mentality, and she does start to evolve and push robotics and stuff. She starts learning and growing, and becomes a little obsessed with the doctor, but the good doctor is married, so she doesn't like that. And then has, similar to the album, What Happens, frames Dr. Light, or Dr. Eli in our case, for the murder of his wife through the robots. So when she found out she could not have Dr. Eli, that's when she got jealous and started corrupting the other robots and gaining control without him noticing. And she used them to kill the wife, frame him, had a trial, and faked his execution, and then had him locked up in the tower that we talked about in the last episode, I think it was. Was that the last
A little of
episode?
both.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, a little of both.
Both episodes. Well, that's her. Very spiteful woman. In the digital form.
All right. And I think last time we said also the text is getting small.
Squeeze it in there.
Make it work. There we go.
All right. So I figured Floyd would be an android. That way...
I love the way you typed it.
That's actually his designation number, but it can kind of be a habit for not just the humans, but the androids to make conversation fluid. They might come up with their own nicknames and stuff as part of their chatbot. It's part of their AI function that they have, their limited AI functions.
Mm-hmm. Do we have a name? I think we kind of talked about it, but not for what the players are. These like groups that
Meat
go
bags.
out. Meat bags. Yeah. The groups that go out and deal with the Legion virus.
I don't know. We could call them the Legion
Or is
Hunters
it
or
just
Legionnaires or something. It wouldn't do good to call them the Legionnaires, because then it makes it sound like they belong to the Legion. So
right? Cleanup crew.
well, they might be able to. The players might be able to make up their own thing. That might be something that the GM allows, but Lilith would probably have a designation for them.
Mm-hmm. Right. Because I was kind of wondering, is Floyd like an older... He's been doing this for a while. With the assumption of we're coming into the game lower level, but also to like introduce the players to the world, introduce the players to what's happening, potentially be a slight babysitter for the first session or so. before maybe he's ripped to pieces by the Legion.
Or before they have to put him down.
Ooh, that's good too.
Because remember, the Legion virus is affecting the older models more than the newer models.
I don't know. There's something I like about a grizzled android.
We might say he's a slightly older Peacekeeper model. Basically a cop.
Yeah, that's fun.
He's the old grizzled cop, you know? It's like, I'm too old for this.
Yes, the whole time complaining.
But he's like fresh off the assembly line. That was boring old.
Pre-installed grizzle. That's so good.
Alright, and then the other person was...
Talking about the assistant now cyborg. Skrat right now, it looks like you're looking at your squirrel picture. That's perfect. Yes.
That's not how you spell that.
You spell however you want. It's your show.
Yeah.
There we go. I got it. No, that's not right, is it? Free reign. Is that how rain is spelled? Rains are spelled?
Yeah.
I want to trust the author in the room, but I know
No, don't
that
trust the author
authors
for spelling. Trust the editor for spelling.
Yeah.
For man, in that context, is it reins like reins for a horse, or
Yeah.
reins? Then it's no
Well,
G.
horse reins and then rain over the city are spelled the same, I'm pretty sure. And then there's rain
Rains-
that's like comes down as AIN.
Reins for a horse doesn't have the G.
Okay.
Does it not?
R-E-I-N.
Oh,
Yeah.
Author lets me down again.
I told you not to trust them. Nothing says they have to know how to spell.
Yeah.
No, they're just
That's
writing
what spell
books.
check is for. Yeah.
Yeah, we come up with plots, characters.
Is that why Shakespeare invented so many words? He just didn't want to learn how to spell the other ones?
You just didn't want to pay an editor.
Oh man, I'll put Michelle to work on that next story. She's doing the structural edit this time, so.
Ooh,
Then I guess she's gonna do the line edit too. She's learning.
nothing like learning through fire.
Oh boy.
That's so. I'm so glad that works out.
Yeah. She knows what she's doing. She's just got to find that confidence. She's scared to say, "Hey, you need to fix this." I'm like, "Oh no, rip it apart. Put that red ink on there. Come on." So I recently I sent her.
Believe you.
I sent her what the last structural editor did because it was so bad. I was like, "This is what you don't do." And then recently I sent her what the structural editor I had on Bashkim, the last book. The very first chapter, the first pass, like it's got stuff all over it. So I showed her both of those passes because it took more than one, and then I showed her the last chapter, like how much me and that editor found our groove and were able to do more, how much things dominoed. And then I showed her first and last chapters of the line edit and how that first chapter was marked Kingdom Coming Back again, but it was all different types of edits. So it's like the writer has to get beat up a lot in this process. Yeah. Like right. That was that was one of my big realizations or didn't expect moments when I got into this. Is like how little the writer does. Like he still does an awful lot, but at the same time, it's like this requires a lot of people. It's not just a writer kicking out a book. That's not how that works.
Right. Yeah.
Not by a long shot.
Well, I like how you say too, getting that relationship with the editor.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a
finding
collaboration.
the groove, and yeah, that's why I say I really hope things work out that way. He can use her for multiple books. That way she'll be familiar with the universe and everything, all the other moving parts.
Yes.
So I don't want
Right.
to bounce around editor to editor. So.
Right. Yep. And it's almost like a team voice you would end up getting too for the story. That's cool.
And they know what to look for and all that stuff. So
Right.
they got the bigger picture. But I will have to, when it gets down to the copy edit, which is just like typos and stuff, then it will go to somebody else because she has been looking at it so long at this point.
Yes,
It's like,
for
yeah,
sure.
you got to get away from it.
Right.
Unfortunately, I can't do that. But
It's so good because our brains are so good at fixing things as we go, you know? It's at those crazy things where everything's misspelled, but as you read it, you start to be able to read it faster and faster because your brain's just figuring out the context and crazy.
So you got it. Yeah, but you do it right. You get a structural edit first, structurals first, then the line edit, then a copy edit, and then a proofread. There's like 4 people you got to pay along this process. A lot of people will do proofreading, like for next to nothing, or you can throw them a little something. They just want a free book to read, and they're because they're just reading it, and you're just getting feedback, like something. I don't know.
Kinda
I have
all
mixed
the
feelings about the
above.
proofreading stage because, like, I've already done everything. Like, this is the story I want to tell.
Right.
Like, if you just, I send it off to 50 people, and 5 or 10 of them say, "Hey, this scene was really wonky." It's like, well, too bad. Like, I've already done all the work.
Right.
Unless
So it's almost
Unless they
beta
find
reading,
it was the same thing.
Yeah.
That would be unless they find a huge plot hole, and then it's like, okay, now we'll back and fix what we can, and hopefully you can just patch something real easily. But yeah,
That's fascinating.
yeah, I know some people that they offer to proofread. It's just how they acquire free books. Kind of like I got into the YouTube thing. People started giving me TTRPGs. I don't have to pay for TTRPGs.
Right.
Like that hobby supports itself. So you just offer a little service back. Like, no, this was all good, or this was kind of weak here, or whatever. And free book. So, you should pay them if they ask for money. But some are more than happy to just get free books.
That's pretty cool.
Those are the ones that are like, I'm only reading this specifically. They're after a certain read. There's you gotta watch out for book reviewers too. I caught on to that one real quick.
Shocker.
They're like I only read certain types. You're just looking for free books.
Gotta respect the grift.
Yeah. So like I was trying to find some, and like they had some really narrow category. Then man.
Okay. I don't have a lot for Floyd, but I got Oz in there. And Lilith is in there. I don't know that there's any more we need to add for Lilith.
I think Floyd's good too, though. He's not necessarily integral. He's the starting point, but if depending on their choices, he gets more integrated into it. So Rust. Yeah, that's cool.
The Rush. Do we ever come up with a name for the neon?
I've just been
calling it Neon Glow.
I've just been calling it Neon Dream or something like that.
Alright.
I like that.
It doesn't need to be full on cyberpunky because then people won't want to be there. But you want it to be that kind of middle class area where it's it's not Arcadia, it's not the high districts, but people still live there. Humans even want to live there and stuff still. So it's cyberpunky, but it's kind of one of those things where you're going to have gradients. The closer you get to the Rust, the more broken down things are going to be, the more traditionally cyberpunk it's going to be. And the closer you get to Arcadia, the less it's going to be that way.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the idea.
It would be kind of cool too, like if you saw that from a bird's eye view of the city, looking down, and just the tower in the center, it just looks like something kind of creeping out of it. Her influence, just creeping through the city, spreading like a virus.
I do like that, and the rust of the damaged, gross-looking part is on the furthermost, which is reaching farther and farther.
Like those funguses that grow. You watch them in time lapse.
Yeah. I say you could argue, like from her point of view, it looks like she's cleaning the world. Like she's a good thing. She's spreading out the control.
Gotta make a mess before you can clean it up.
Have to break a few omelets to make your. Have to break a few eggs to make your omelet.
Break the omelet.
It was intentional. It was a glitch in the system.
It was okay. It was just a couple videos. That was one Still Sting video where I said where you can fight to run away another day.
That's
I don't know. I liked the one where
came
it
out
was,
with confidence.
Yeah. I don't know. I liked your one where it was assaulting the farts or something like that.
Oh yeah, that was bodies on a pike in front of a fart. Because the font I had, it looked like fart, so I just read it. As it. Like, wait, that's not what that said.
That's not what I wrote. I can't even read my own typing. It's pretty bad when you can't even read your own typing, Skrat. So you may want to pick a different font.
Almost sounds like a southern saying or something. Almost.
All right. So I think we're good here. And
I like these characters.
Maybe some things will come up for Floyd if I need to bulk it out a little bit, but it'll be fine there. And I believe that means that we can probably start to move over to what will be either the easiest or the hardest of them, having to pick out some items from Mega Man to put into the game. So stick around for that one. But as it stands right now, we hope you have enjoyed. We need Skrat's final question.
Yo.
Yeah.
Alright, so y'all were talking about Floyd over there and potentially turning into a bad guy and all that stuff. I keep finding little yellow dots everywhere.
It's not me making them.
When does an
I'm
NPC
on black. I don't think it's me.
That's not me. When does an NPC become important enough that you'd risk a whole campaign for them?
The end goal of a whole campaign. So, you're willing to jeopardize your prime mission for them?
Yeah. When's that cute little goblin friend becomes so important?
That you're gonna bust him out of just the city jail? Well, I don't know. Dibble thinks it's a good idea to bust him out of jail. Dibble was not responsible for other people thinking Dibble did something. Dibble did nothing. Dibble did nothing wrong.
Just sang a song, that was all.
Not Dibble's fault if people thought song was about them. And their fat, ugly faces. I think that's really going to depend on the PCs and maybe even the players themselves.
That's kind of what I was thinking too. Because there's the gotta catch 'em all types. And they'll
Well, this
give
is
up
for you
everything.
specifically.
For
as
me?
if you were the player, like what point do you? It might be kind of hard to answer, I admit, but I like the sound of it.
Yeah. It would. I am an actor type, or on all those. What type of RPG player are you? Totally actor storyteller type. So, if it makes sense in the story, I'm doing it. If it makes sense for the character, but it's got to be a combination of that because I do not do the. Well, my character would do this. I try to adapt my character to the story we're playing. One of the biggest ones was our Fallout campaign. Nobody will ever know, but I had a totally different plan for that character. But as the campaign started, I realized this is not going to fit. It's going to mess up the whole story. So immediately changed the character around, and so that it fit. So that's my personal thing. It's like I'm all about a glorious death for my character or an NPC, as long as it makes a really good story and it doesn't. So maybe I wouldn't actually. The more I'm like verbally processing it, because I don't like ruining the story. But if you're saying like campaign, like the ultimate goal, if it made a good story and everybody's down for it, that the ultimate goal fails, then yeah, absolutely. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Well, it does some. I think for me, if it was me playing, when I was newer and younger, I would say I'd probably be doing something closer to what you're talking about, trying to align it. But as I've become more, not necessarily not jaded or anything, but as I've become more willing to follow the character where the character would go, I'd be willing to jeopardize my character a lot and even have them die, but risk the whole campaign for them. I guess my answer is I'm willing to bring in a new character if it makes sense for this character to die or for him to leave the campaign or something like that. Maybe something bad happens in the campaign that this paladin just cannot handle anymore. The party has reached his limit and he is done. He's gone. Now, that can jeopardize a campaign. But it's worth... If you're going to do that, then it's worth risking the campaign just bringing in somebody new. Bringing in a different character or something like that. And then that adds more drama. It doesn't harm anything if it's handled well. Things can still continue. So I'm more willing to do it now. When I was newer to the thing, less experienced, probably would have been less inclined. But I'm more willing to do it now. What about you, Skrat, huh?
Well, my answer was going to be I've never been a player in a campaign. I've always run it, but then as I was sitting here, I realized, wait a minute, that is not true. I'm actually a player in one of Jacob's campaigns that he's running in Pathfinder, but I'm kind of a fill-in because somebody had to dip really, really far into the campaign. Some life emergencies happened and they needed another player. So they're like, I think a couple of years into this campaign, so I don't really have any roots. I'm kind of the odd man out. I'm just the barbarian swinging the axe and dealing a metric crap ton of damage. So
satisfying, huh?
Yeah, so I haven't really made any, like, they got all these bonds and relationships with this village. They've been taken care of. Actually, I gotta be careful. I can't spoil too much because, Dan, you just started that campaign. Seasons of Ghosts.
Oh,
we're in that same. Yeah,
awesome.
I watched a little bit of that stream, and I was like, "Oh, this is what they did like 2 years ago." You know,
now you can catch up and get attached.
Like, oh.
Yeah, there you go.
So there's that Willow Shore. Willow Shore.
Willow Shore.
they're
it requires that, yeah.
embedded into it and rooted. Like I could see them making big time choices that would, and I think they have altered where this campaign went. But like, I'm coming in from the outside, like that. I think I started at level 9 or 10. So.
Oh, God bless you.
Yeah. I mean,
so you are literally doing a metric ton.
Yeah. Yes. I get to them and do the 3 swings, and when somebody puts haste on me, I get to do 4 swings. It frustrates Jacob sometimes.
Jacob, you shouldn't have let me do it then. You're the GM. You could have said no. But no.
So yeah, I don't have any ties or experience, so like I don't know when, but I could understand the want to, and like you guys were saying, well, if it makes sense, and if I get to go out in a blaze of glory, if I wouldn't want to do something that would run the campaign and bring it to a halt,
right.
But I would probably cause some troubles for certain NPCs, or I would lean into a character that hard. Maybe not just to save an NPC, but like if that was something super important to them or something, it's like, yeah, I'll let them explode and die, do something arguably stupid, as long as it doesn't step on any. Yeah. Because you gotta think about the other players, but I can't say I've had the campaign experience as a player, getting attached to anything. Mm-hmm. So, all that to say, I'm unable to answer.
For now.
Yeah, I think we all agreed at least try to be nice to everybody else at the table.
Yeah, like that
shouldn't need to be said, but
yeah. I guess you could have worded it like your character would risk the story of the campaign or something, not risk running the campaign for everybody.
Right.
But
it's a fair question now. Both are fair questions. Like.
Yeah, because like the who's the subject here does change it quite a bit. You risking a campaign is a lot different than your character risking a campaign.
Yeah.
Right.
But that wasn't the question. The question was, what would you do? So
yeah.
We answered that. And so the comment for this time is risk it all.
Risk it all.
So that's the question. That's the comment for this time. Doesn't make sense for our answers, but that's what makes it the comment of this video. It's that type of thing. I think that we're done with Skrat's final question, which means it's time for our outro. We hope you have enjoyed. Visit Tales from the Dragon's Tavern. He's only got 207 subscribers. Let's get him up. Let's bulk that up a little bit. He deserves it for the production value he's got going on. You can check that out. That's our Levi Spotlight from this time, for this month. Skrat from A Squirrel Plays is over here exclusively on YouTube. That's right. Check out his book. Its link is in the doobly-doo. Avenue Studios at avenuestudios.media. You can check them out with those links there. You can check out inofplanarcrossroads.com or the iopc.com. Either one of those works for our links. And, as always, have a great day. God bless and enjoy. Bye.
Bye.
This content was made possible by travelers and viewers like you. Thank you.
Agent Iris.
Bum bum bum.
Love it.
Choice and consequence.
Yep. Always too dangerous to be free range.